Johnson's Computer Stuff Inc., the Panasonic Toughbook experts. Hello, welcome to another episode of Bob Johnson's Computer Stuff Inc. We are the Panasonic Toughbook experts. Today's parts replacement is how to replace the LAN and modem cover in your Panasonic Toughbook CF-30. This part can be found at bobjohnson.com. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to get right into this tutorial. First step, turn over your Toughbook so that the rear screen bezel is facing down. Next, remove the screws for the back plate. There are several screws that need to be removed. Next, remove the back plate by lifting it out of place. Next, remove the screws for the hard drive cage. This will free up the ribbon cables so that they can be disconnected from the system board. Next, lift the hard drive cage up. And then place the hard drive cage to the side. Now we're going to disconnect the ribbon cables from the system board that connect to the hard drive and battery connector. And then we'll disconnect the system board cable underneath the system board. Next, remove the touchpad cover. There are several cables underneath that need to be disconnected. First, disconnect the antenna cables. Next, remove the two screws for the connector. Then, disconnect the ribbon cable for the hard drive and battery connector. This ribbon cable connects to the touchpad. Next, disconnect the ribbon cable that connects to the system board above the touchpad. Also, disconnect the ribbon cable for the PC card. Underneath the ribbon cable for the PC card, you'll find the speaker wire that connects to the speaker. Disconnect that wire. You'll also find the silver cable connecting to the battery and hard drive connector. Disconnect that as well. Then remove the connector. Next, remove the screws for the media board. Then, disconnect the ribbon cables for the media board. The media board is now disconnected, but you must disconnect the ribbon cable under the media board. Next, remove the two screws for the board next to the media board. Now, lift the board out of place. We'll place this to the side for now. Next, disconnect the CMOS battery. Then, disconnect the ribbon cables connecting to the I/O. Then, disconnect the single pass-through antenna. Next, disconnect the cable for the USB board. Then remove the screw for the USB port. Next, remove the screw for the antenna wire cover. Next, remove the screws for the system board. Next, turn over your Toughbook and open the display. Next, remove the screws for the keyboard bezel.
Well, I mean, if you wouldn't
Remove each screw that's marked with the red circle for the keyboard bezel.
Well, I mean, I don't personally own those. I mean, those laptops are resold for a profit, so.
Okay.
And then there's all these other laptops.
Next, pry up the keyboard bezel.
If we don't sell them or get rid of them, they end up on the recycling bench, and then they just get sold for scrap. Which you don't make nothing whenever you sell them.
Also, remove the back screw for the hinge cover.
At least with a lime squeezer, I can make margaritas.
You only need to remove the screw for the hinge cover, covering the LCD cable cover. Next, carefully open your LCD screen.
You get all over the keyboard and bands. That would be a mess.
Then remove the screw for the front of the hinge cover, covering the LCD cable cover. Then lift the hinge cover and place that to the side. Next, remove the LCD cable cover by removing the screws, securing it in place. Then lift the LCD cable cover, place that to the side. Next, remove the LCD cables. One cable can be lifted to disconnect, the other has to be pushed out. Next, remove the keyboard cable cover. You do this by removing the 7 screws, securing it in place. Each screw has been marked with a red circle. These are very, very small silver screws, so be very careful not to misplace these screws and place them in a very secure location. Once each screw has been removed, then lift the cover out of place, place that to the side. We're first going to disconnect the keyboard cables. You do this by pushing the clips outward and then removing the keyboard cable from its connector. Next, disconnect the Bluetooth cable. Then remove the system board screw. Next, disconnect the cables for the Wi-Fi card. Once you do that, place your keyboard to the side, and you should be able to remove the system board from the CF-30. If you completed all the steps, this should be your result. Once you've removed the system board, locate the modem LAN cover and remove the 2 screws for the modem and LAN cover. There should be 2 silver screws on both sides of the cover. Remove both. Then remove the modem and remove the tape on the back of the modem cover. Here is this part. This part can be found at bobjohnson.com. To replace the part, reset the 56K modem, then overlay the modem and LAN cover on top of the LAN port. Then replace the 2 screws. Then you must reset the system board back into the CF-30, push the antenna cables through the open slot. Also, make sure that no ribbon cables or wires are underneath the system board. This includes the speaker wire, this includes the system board cable, and this includes the ribbon cable as well. Next, reconnect the express card ribbon cable. Resecure the clip by pushing down. Next, replace the battery and hard drive connector. Reset the connector back in place. Replace the 2 screws for the connector. Next, reconnect the wire and reconnect the speaker wire. The wire being the silver cable connecting to the battery and hard drive connector. The speaker wire is a very fine black and red wire that connects to a small connector. Next, reconnect the black and white antenna cables. These cables connect to a board just above the touchpad. Next, reconnect the ribbon cable back into the system board. Then reconnect the PC card ribbon cable. Next, reconnect the wire under the hard drive shield. This is a long black wire. Next, reconnect the ribbon cables under the hard drive shield. These are 2 brown wide ribbon cables that need to be reconnected back into the system board. Next, reconnect the ribbon cable for the touchpad. Afterwards, replace the screws for the system board. There are 5 screws in total that need to be replaced. Each screw has been marked with a red circle. These are the key screws that secure the system board in place. Next, if you've removed the bracket for the memory, replace the memory now. Reinsert the memory back into its connector. Push it down the memory to secure it behind the clips. Replace the heat sheet and then replace the covering bracket. Once again, that is optional. Next, replace the USB board. First, replace the board, then reconnect the USB board wire. and replace the screw for the USB board. Next, reconnect the ribbon cables for the I/O device. These two ribbon cables were disconnected earlier. Reinsert the wire and then push forward the clips. For the brown cable, lift open the connector, reinsert the wire, then push down the connector. Also reconnect the wire for the single pass-through antenna. Next, reconnect the CMOS battery under the media board. Also, reset the slot next to the media board. This slot is just below the USB board. You'll first need to reconnect the ribbon cable going into that slot. It's a connector located on the edge of the slot. Next, reset the media board over top of the slot. Then, replace the outside screws for the media board. Next, replace the inside screws for the media board. Next, reconnect the cables for the media board. These two ribbon cables should be reinserted back into the connectors, and then the clips should be pushed forward. Next, replace the screws for the slot PCB. These two screws need to be replaced. Next, replace the hard drive shield. Reinsert the bracket. Make sure everything's laying flat. Then replace the screws for the hard drive shield. There are 3 screws altogether that need to be replaced. Next, replace the silver antenna wire bracket. Replace the silver screw for the bracket. Then replace the tape under the cover. This tape should be right below the system board and right above the touchpad. Then replace the plastic cover. Then you also can replace the backplate. There are several screws that need to be replaced for the backplate. Each screw has been marked with a red circle that needs to be replaced. Next, turn back over your Toughbook CF-30. Then, open your display. Next, reconnect the LCD cables. Once the LCD cables have been reconnected, replace the LCD cover plate. Leave the other screw hole empty without the red circle for the hinge cover. Replace only the screws marked with the red circles. Next, replace the hinge cover. Make sure that the screw holes align, then replace the screw for the hinge cover. Next, find the hinge cover screw hole on the back of the CF-30. Replace the screw for the back of the hinge cover. Then open back up your display. We're now going to replace the screw for the system board. This screw secures the system board in place, and it's located on the top bezel of your CF-30. Next, reconnect the black and white cables for the wireless card. Also, replace the wires and make sure they fit in the grooves. Next, we're going to reconnect the Bluetooth ribbon cable. Reinsert the Bluetooth ribbon cable and then push forward the clips. Also, we should now replace the keyboard ribbon cables. You do this by reinserting the ribbon cable back into the connector, then pushing forward the clips. You do the same for the long ribbon cable for the keyboard. Next, replace the keyboard cable cover. There are 7 screws in total that need to be replaced for the keyboard cable cover. Once all the screws have been replaced, replace the keyboard by pushing the tabs underneath the touchpad. Next, replace the keyboard bezel. And replace the 4 screws for the keyboard bezel. Make sure to keep track of all your screws during the process of this repair. Once you've replaced the keyboard bezel, that concludes our tutorial on how to replace the modem LAN cover in your Panasonic Toughbook CF-30. If this video was helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time here at Bob Johnson's Computer Stuff Inc.
Thanks for watching today. For more repair videos, click the link below. And remember, if you have a screwdriver, you can fix a computer.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.